channel. It is officially 2018. Holy cow. December was so busy for me and my husband. And I don't know what it was, if we overcommitted or what, I don't know. And I had every intention of doing the 12 days of Vlogmas and completing them, but I only did a total of 2 of those. So, I don't know, we were just slammed this holiday season, and I don't know if it's just because now we're officially adulting or if we just overcommitted. So, as much as I love the holiday season, I'm very thankful that we are into a new year and that is over. I wanted to kind of fill you guys in on what's been going on. There's been quite a bit going on. The last video that I posted, we were at home, my home in Nebraska, visiting my family, and we were spending Christmas with them. So that was my family Christmas video. I am trying to make those every year. I made the first one last year and then the other one this year. And I want to continue on that tradition of making them special. But it was a very difficult one because as a lot of my previous followers know, people who have been with us for a while, my dad this time last year was diagnosed with stage 4 terminal esophageal cancer. And he's been battling it, and honestly the chemo has been really hard on him. I mean, so far so good. The cancer's in esophagus is gone, but it had spread to his liver in like 3 to 4 places, and it was growing opposed to the last chemo. It was coming against it and growing despite the fact that he was on that last chemo. So he started a new chemo, and it's a lot harder on him. And it did shrink it. The first round did shrink the cancer in his liver almost 50%. So he wants to continue it, but it's making him weak. It's making his body weak. And so it's hard to see him like that. And it's hard to see him in pain and not feeling well. I don't know, but it was a difficult one just because it might be our last Christmas with him. But we're doing okay. Some of us are still holding on to hope in our family, and some are trying to come to terms with it. It's kind of a weird thing to maneuver through, but we're doing it the best that we can. And then the video before that, me and Sean posted our IVF grant entry video for the Ellie and Jared IVF grant. And I wanted to just kind of update you guys on how we handled that, how we're feeling about that, and kind of what a reaction was. I came back and talked about the results of the Ellie and Jared IVF grant. We didn't win, but it's okay. I thought, honestly, I was preparing myself because I thought that I was going to be really upset. Like, I thought that it was going to ruin me. But it didn't. I wasn't. I was so happy for the people who won, and
it was disappointing, but you know, everyone wants it, you know, so I get it.
That's true. Yeah.
It is.
And a lot of people are deserving of it. So,
yeah. It's good that they were able, the people who won, to be blessed by that.
Yeah, for sure. Even though at the time that we didn't get the grant, we were okay. And we're still okay. There's just been a lot that's happened since then with doctor's appointments. Before the new year, before we left for Nebraska, I had a free consultation with a fertility clinic. This fertility clinic, my insurance doesn't cover with them. And no, infertility treatment is not covered in any insurance anyway, but some of mine is. Some of my testing is covered by my insurance, and they aren't there. My insurance won't cover them. And I really love this doctor. Sean loved this doctor. We were really impressed by him, and we felt like he had a great plan of action. Unfortunately, none of it would be covered in my insurance, and so we were like, and I had been waiting for like 6 months, about 6 months, to get into this other doctor that we just met at the beginning of the year. I met him on the 2nd of January, and I left in tears. I left frustrated, and not because like anything he said wasn't right or he didn't take the time with us, but because I feel like what he said could possibly be true. And if it's true, it sucks. So many of you know that I've had 5 miscarriages, and they've all been really early onset. So they've all been 4 to 6 weeks, and 6 weeks maybe, I don't know. It was before I was diagnosed with PCOS, so I didn't, and we weren't trying. So I don't know. You know, he said technically to be under the category of recurrent miscarriage and be covered under the insurance plan of that, because that is covered in insurance, to be diagnosed of why you're continually having miscarriages. And even though, yes, I'm having miscarriages, they're chemical pregnancies, it's not in the same category as recurrent loss, because recurrent loss is a loss after the heartbeat was found. And because we never got a chance to even hear or see a heartbeat, then I'm still in the chemical pregnancy. But because it's been 5 times, and my HCG levels have been low, he believes that they've all been ectopic pregnancies. And he did ask me if there was a specific side that ever hurt or, you know, just felt weird or something didn't feel right. And it's always been my left side. To be honest, every time I've had a miscarriage, I've been like, oh, something doesn't feel right. Like, it just doesn't feel like it's like sticking to, and it's always been on my left side. I just thought, oh, that's the side of my uterus the baby's implanting on. And so it makes sense that maybe, possibly, something could be happening with my left fallopian tube. With that being said, now we don't know for sure. We just don't, because he's not going to go in and do a surgery, because we've already done the dye test. Nothing's blocked. He said it could be something just like the hairs in there don't work properly, and so it's not bringing the egg all the way down. And even though it's open, it may still not be working right. And I asked him about surgery, you know, is there surgery that you can do to look at that? And he just said it's really not worth it, because surgery can be invasive, and I'm going under anesthesia and all that stuff. It's just not worth it in the end. Which I guess is true, but also at the same time, it's like, to have answers, I would kind of prefer to have surgery before jumping the gun, and my only option being IVF. Because he did say if that's the case, if I do keep having ectopic pregnancies, the only way around that is IVF. And so at the time that we didn't get the grant, it wasn't necessarily our only option. It was highly suggested for us because we've had so many losses, but it wasn't the only option. And what that doctor basically told me was, if this is true, which it seems like it might be, then IVF is our only option. And to be honest, that was so discouraging for me, and I was bawling. I was pretty depressed for a few days and had to kind of come to terms with that, if that is true. And so honestly, the beginning of 2018 has been really, really hard. In the aspects of infertility. And so, yeah, I don't know what we're gonna do. I did start Femara, and I'm going in on the 11th to get a scan, and we're gonna go from there. He said he would like to see what my cycles do. So this is actually being covered because he's doing kind of testing, and he's trying to see what my body is doing, medicated, and you know, if it's going to work that way. And then if it's not working, and or if I'm getting pregnant and still miscarrying, then he's going to say that IVF is our only option 100%. And the thing that sucks is that we're never going to be able to afford IVF. That's just the truth of the matter. We're just not. Many of you know my husband is a youth pastor, and nothing wrong with that. Like, it's such a blessing. That's what we chose, and we love it. But it's not like the highest paying job in the world. Like, it's not like he's an engineer, or that he works for this huge company and makes this huge salary. Like, we are blessed, and we live comfortably, and it's wonderful, and I'm so thankful. But we just won't ever have the abundance to pay for the IVF. We just won't. It's just our reality. And so that's been really disheartening for me. Because, and honestly too, even thinking about, okay, if that's under option, then let's adopt. And I know there's different ways to that. So it's something that we're definitely praying about. But adoption is even very expensive. Depending on the type of adoption, it can be upwards of $36,000 for an adoption, just with all the paperwork, lawyers, and everything that goes into it. So that isn't necessarily an option for us either. So I know that there's still options to become a parent, but it feels slim. And so I'm not gonna lie, at the beginning of this 2018 year, I am feeling pretty dang hopeless. But at the end of the day, I believe in a God that is powerful, and he still does miracles, and I'm okay with that. So right now, I'm just gonna take it day by day. I'm taking the Femara, I'm gonna go in for my scan, and we're gonna see what happens. And yeah, But I just wanted to share with you guys what's going on. And obviously I'll update you as I see what my eggs and follicles and look like, and if we end up getting pregnant and all that fun stuff. So be praying for us. I'm kind of hoping that maybe a follicle will be on my right side and we won't have to worry about if the left fallopian tube doesn't work or not. Because you would think with 5, at least one of them would have had to come out of the right side, right? I mean, not necessarily, but you would think. But I don't know. Maybe we'll start doing car washes to raise money for IVF. I don't know. But we have a lot of goals we're working on this year, and having to pay for IVF would definitely put a damper on those. Get out of debt 2018 is in full swing. So I love you guys. Thank you for watching. If you're new here and you're not subscribing yet, what are you waiting for? Hit the subscribe button down below and come and follow our journey. I love me and my husband. I think we're pretty fun, and we want you to be part of the family. So come and join us along this journey. We would love to have you. Leave a comment down below. I like to hear from you guys. If you have any questions, go ahead and ask them. I'll answer them either in the comments or in my next video. But as of that, here we are. So next Thursday, follicle scan. I'll keep you posted. If I have anything else to say between there, or then here and then, I'll pop on. But I'll talk to you guys later.